Yo, what is good? My anime faithful. What is good, yo? I couldn't change my directory. I have been very, very happy with what I've been seeing lately, and the courteous or the over ridiculously trying hard man. um, he has been showing us quite a bit of what it means to over prepare and not only just over prepare, but even trick your own people that are on your team so you can, know for sure you have an advantage, So stuff like that absolutely had me dying this week. And one of the things that kind of has me happy about this show coming out when it has is it seems like it's dropping a lot of nuances and I feel like every show doesn't need to have, um, you know, characters that are beyond and above everything, that can destroy and just get over any obstacle the first time they go in. And I think I found out I like the chances of people losing in shows more than them winning every single time. I think I find myself liking those types of shows better because when I saw like my favorite types of heroes losing in battles that really didn't seem like they should lose, it made the story that much more conveying in the sense of they have to come up with something completely and entirely different to get a win in these situations. Um, one fight being Goku and going out and trying to fight Goku Black, so it went from this whole situation of, oh yeah, I didn't use all my full power against him to him using his full power and not being able to do anything to him, right? So that's the type of stuff I love in shows and people being able to convey it in a way that it doesn't feel too out of the norm. So what we get this week is he bought a whole bunch of smoke bombs. He's so quick to use the smoke bombs that he literally throws them in the face of the girl, of the goddess, and the other girl. He didn't care. He just needed to dip. And there's a lot of interesting things that we learned just from this episode that kind of carries more weight for me when I watch the show than maybe when some people heard it and just thought of it as like, wow, that's really stupid that she has that ability to do this and this, but she's, choosing to, go out a certain way. So what we find out is supposedly the goddess, she can't even die, right? She can't die. So she could go out there and get bopped. And when he dies, he then goes, he gets sent home. So he'll just go back and it'll be like nothing happened. Maybe he will experience the pain that he experienced before getting sent, and that's it, So then he's done in data. But for the people that they sent there or that they were sent to help, they're done. Like they're going to die and not have any way of coming back. So because of that, this man already had the plan to dip out, right? Like he dips, gets out of Dodge, and after getting out of Dodge, he then finds himself, um, fighting and helping these townspeople much earlier than I expected him because she opens a portal, sends him back in. He goes and trains some more for 2 days. He trained for 2 days. And while he was training for 2 days, somehow he figured out there is some weird fake fake spell to fake out your stats, fake out fake stats. And it's little stuff like that. It's intelligent. It's very, very cunning. It even made more sense when we see how ridiculously powerful he is and capable he was when it came down to his first couple attacks. Um, if his attacks were that strong at that level, I was blown away. But it makes even more sense that he was hiding his own level from his own friend, his own goddess, and from this enemy that we find out could scan as well. So it's these really cool notions that they put within the show that gives me hope. And this is canceling the distress signal, so I'm just gonna fight so you guys get some content to look at. Jesus. Um, but it's fun. It's a really fun show, and I don't know if a lot of people are gonna understand that aspect. Regardless of all of the, I don't know how to say this. Regardless of, all right, take care. There's certain things we've already seen in shows, and because we've seen them in such ways, you can use it any way you want, right? Like, you don't have to follow what anyone else has done. And I feel like this show has already proven it's not going to do that. It's already kind of shown us those things purposely to already tell us that, hey, we're not, like, we know these are things you expect, but let's flip it on its head, you know? So that's kind of why I give this show more credit than I would every other show that kind of does the same thing, because it just felt quicker to the point of it's not following the traditional brand. That's the only reason why I think this show has a lot of potential in that regard. Um, the other thing is the animation, the art, the art style, like the fighting, like everything is on point, and then you add comedy to it. It gives you a really good vibe of like Rimuru and reincarnated as a slime and stuff like that. So if they can keep that up and make it stay in its own lane and stuff like that, in the case of, they shouldn't turn the character into a slime or something, right? That's what I mean by, like, don't, like, stay in your lane. Don't go too far as into showing us something that we know works and then capitalizing on it because you can. Just do what do what makes the show better in your opinion, not what the audience want to see. So that's what I feel like they're already done, and that's really, I think that's dope. The other thing that this week's episode kind of gave off this time around was um, that there's desperation kind of when it comes down to the demons. Like, to go from her telling us like, "Oh, I have an ace up my sleeve," to then she saying, "I have like five aces up my sleeve." It seemed like you went from confidence to, "I need to start using everything," to, "Oh, I'm still gonna lose all of a sudden." So it was very, very, in my opinion, fun to watch, in the sense of just how these shows usually always go about showing these tropes. The main character has to beat somebody, right? I mean, unless it's a show where he doesn't win against anybody ever. But for him to finally have beaten this person and then doing what he's supposed to do and keep attacking after it's completely gone and dead, that's that's the type of stuff that we need in this show, like, why would he do it to a slime and then not do it to a, like, ultimate demon, So that was spot on for them to add that in there. I love that fact that it was there. Not only that, we see just how quickly he could have probably dispatched of her the first time, but he just didn't feel he had enough, right? Like, he was supposedly already hiding his level from the very beginning of the show, so he was already stronger than we actually thought. Then he gets stronger again to a point where he's blocking full-blown attacks that were destroying the town, like completely shattering it. And now he's blocking those attacks with one arm and not even looking, just with his back turned and everything. So this fool is becoming ridiculously broken, like he should be. Even though this is an S tier world, this man is about to make it look like a D tier with all the Batman preparations he's putting into this. I mean, it's pretty much Batman if he was in an anime. and not Bruce Wayne and had all the tragic stuff happen. If he was just a normal Japanese kid that was summoned and he didn't he didn't lose his parents then, go through whatever they go through with him being gone. But he has all this knowledge of prep time and thinking up of all these situations that are possible just to make himself be in a better position and win at the end of the day. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to more of this. I'm pretty sure people are enjoying it. I see a lot of big titles, like all caps and stuff like that. So I'll try to stay away from every single word being capped like the other people. But it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't already checked it out. I recommend it. But overall, let me know what you guys are thinking. And it is a 12 episode season, so hopefully it's not one of those abrupt endings where they're just like, and then he defeated the Demon King and saved this world, and they lived happily ever after. Like hopefully there's some tease, or maybe he stops fighting those guys and fights other things that are just as equal, like threatening as demons or something. I don't know. Let's just hope there's some good longevity to this because it's hilarious. And when you got something that's funny and got some dope looking action, I am 100% down to get more of it. So with that being said, hope you all have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one. So with that, peace.